removed the vent screen on the right hand side. I've already loosened the headlight assembly on the right hand side. What I didn't show you is kind of how to pull it out. You don't want to go in here and just yank it. What you want to do is take your finger and just simply pull, and that headlight assembly just nicely comes forward. Again, you don't need to take these screws out. Just simply loosen them and then pull the headlight assembly forward, and now you can pull out the vent screen. And as before, you can see the road debris. You can see this is, by the way, 20,000 miles worth of road mess, if you want to say that. But look at the contour again. The vent screen is contoured, so we're going to set this aside. Now we're ready to install, and we're going to go with the yellow gold. And the reason why we go with the yellow gold is because it goes very nicely with the what is this thing? What's the color called? I think it's called the Cosmic Pearl Blue is the color. So it has a nice little gold flake in the Cosmic Pearl Blue, and the yellow gold really just nicely goes with that flake. So you'll notice that when you have the vent screen, it has a right and a left. This is you looking at the bike, so sitting from the bike. So now I'm sitting on the bike, and the right is on my side, the left is on this side, and so the right is facing me, and the left is facing me. So this is the way you want to install the screens. Remember to remove the right and left indicators. Take the screen, and what you're going to do is you're going to just simply insert carefully on the inside. And again, these are cut specifically to go right in. No need to do anything else. And let it sit. Left. Pull the left indicator off. And simply insert nice and easy. And you'll notice they fit perfectly right inside the vent assembly. Now we're going to tighten. We're going to tighten the head light outer. So we're going to push that in a little bit. Now don't over tighten, especially with the power tool, just nice and gently. There we go. And now that is in, secured. And we're going to do the same thing. Push the headlight outer piece in, and just gently and done. So we have now installed the lower vent assembly screens on this 2016 Rogue Glide Ultra. We are now going to put the outer fairing back on, and then we're going to work on the top vent assembly. So let's go ahead and take our outer fairing, and just like we did before, just gently, and using the two lights, just there we go. Connect your wires first, and on this side. There we go. Now, a bit of a tip. If you get back on the bike, you put everything back together, and your left turn or your right turn signal flashes quickly on the fairing, that means you forgot to connect these. So if you don't connect these and you put everything back together and your turn signal lights flash rapidly, you did not connect these wires back. So that's what that means. All right, so now we're going to secure this fairing back together. We're going to go the opposite of what we did. We're going to take the 2 bottom screws that we took. Now, we're going to do it a little bit differently. We had used the power tool to remove. Remember, I had said that these are brass fittings, so you need to be very, very careful. So we're going to take this, and we're going to just simply put that in there. There's the brass fitting, and just simply hand tighten that. That's it. Just hand tighten it and thread it. You don't need to use the power tool. And again, remember, we left that one alone. So that one is done. We're going to walk to the other side. We're going to, there's a clip in here, by the way, and you want those clips to go and get on the inside. There's the brass fitting. Find it and hand tighten that. Okay, now we're going to go back and start the regular assembly. And we're going to put the 27 Torx. These are the 27 Torx bolts that go into the speaker area. Right there. And we're going to tighten these down. And that one is done. And that one is done. Now we're going to take the Allen 3/8 Allen, if you remember, and we're going to tighten these, which go back into the turn signal. Now, if after you've installed these and you notice these continue to vibrate loose, they can do that. Just put a little bit of mild Loctite, the red semi-permanent Loctite. Just a little dab will do you. But these have some residual, so I really don't need that. And again, brass, so just carefully start. If you feel any resistance, stop and make sure. There we go. And that is on. And now we're going to go to the other side. Oops. There we go. And that is done. So now our vent is now, our outer fairing is installed. And as you noticed, nice, beautiful gold vent is installed. And that is it for the lower fairing. Now we're going to install the vent on the top assembly. So you'll notice that there are tabs here on the vent assembly. So why is that important? Well, if you look here, you're going to see these indented rectangular areas. These rectangular indented areas is where you've actually got double-sided tape from Harley. Now, if this is loose, just go out and get double-sided tape and just put it right back in there, and it's going to keep that secure. So this is a painted top assembly. So for me, I want to be very, very careful because I don't want to scratch it. And what you want to do, if you've already got the top one installed, just take your hand and simply push, and then take, and you can simply remove. And by the way, there's some bugs and debris. And you can remove there we go. And that is the top vent assembly. And you'll notice, even with it out, it took kind of some time to remove it. All right. So, set that aside. You can still use that if you want. All right, so we've set that one aside. Now we're going to go get the matching yellow gold, and we're going to follow the instructions step by step on this, and I will show you how we do that. So, let's remove There we go. All right, step number 1, it says remove the vent assembly. We've already done that. Step number 2, lift up. We've done that, and we've removed it out. Place vent assembly flat on a surface that won't scratch the paint. We've done that right here. So it is now flat on a surface where it will not damage the paint. Now it says that measure 1 inch from the end of the top vent assembly. You'll notice that it's got a curvature. This is the forward facing. You can see the back side of it isn't as nicely done. This is the more nicely side of it. Nicely side. Anyway, you'll notice the curvature. This is the top of the vent assembly, and this is the bottom curvature. It may look flat. It actually is curved. And you've got the blue tape here. The blue tape is the 1 inch. And it says measure 1 inch. Well, this is already done. And what you want to do is you want to just bend slightly. Like that. Bend slightly like that. And now remove your tape. And remove tape on this side. There we go. So, that is what it looks like. About a 30% bend. 30% bend. Don't worry about it if it's not exact. Alright? You're going to now, here is the front. You're going to lay it down. Right? So now, insert the bend portion of the vent screen into the top vent assembly opening. So, the bent end, insert that first, right there. Okay, and then we're going to, just like that, push. And that vent assembly is now inserted. Now, what's important is, make sure this works. So, we know now that the vent assembly is not in too far, and it is certainly in enough because we've got that piece right there. You're going to push that in. Continue to make sure that you can operate. Very, very important. Now, if you want to make sure, you can take the tape measure as it says, and you can measure. I think it's 2 inches at the most. Yep, maximum 2 inches right there. And maximum 3 1/4 inches right there. Yep, that's it. So we are good. So here, 2 inches. And from the top, 3 3/4. So we are good. Now you can see the vent assembly is installed. Ready to go. It's that simple. Now, what keeps the vent assembly together and what prevents this from coming out, the tabs bent in, they push out as you squeeze with the windshield. So we're going to put this in. Done. And we're going to take the screws. This goes on this side. And again, brass fittings. Hand start these first. So put these in. Brass fittings. Okay. That's all you got to do. And then leave that just like that. Take the other side. Start. The brass fittings in. Make sure that the brass fittings are secured there. Yep, I got it. And start. Hand tighten. Hand tighten. If you feel any resistance on the hand tightened, stop. That means that you are not fully seated into the brass. You're going to strip your brass fitting. Now, windshield. Take the windshield. Put that in place. Grab your power tool. And we're going to take the 1/8 Allen. And now we're going to tighten. Okay. And this side. There we go. And now the top vent assembly is in place, and the lower vent assembly is in place, and you can now look, and there is the top vent assembly. Very nice. Now we're going to install the speaker grills back in, and our bike is complete. So this is the right speaker grill. To put the speaker grill back in, you're going to insert this piece inside first, gently, and then you're going to push. Done. And here's the other speaker grill. Again, you have the tab here and these two tabs here. You're going to insert just like that. There is, by the way, there's a little tiny lip, and you'll feel it. If you put your finger right in there, you'll feel the little tiny lip between these two. That's where this tab goes in there. Just like that, and then push, and our bike is now back together, and you now have a beautiful Harley-Davidson Road Glide with the new yellow gold vent screens and the new top of vent screen. And make sure, let's make sure. Oh, there we go. There's a good, I'm glad we saw that. So now, here is a good way, is you'll notice that the lip does not come up. That means that when we installed it, the screen got pushed back a little bit. So what we do here, and I'm glad this happened, I can demonstrate, you don't need to remove the vent assembly completely, just loosen. Okay, so it's loosened, and now the vent opens and closes. What that means is that our vent screen is too far in. So we're going to take, remember this fancy little extension I told you about? We're going to take this, push down, and it is the bottom portion, and we're just going to gently push out. Not too much. Let's see if I can feel. That's the problem, you can't feel. All right, I believe that's good. Again, let's go back and just make sure, measurement-wise, we're gonna make sure top-wise. Okay, bottom-wise. Okay, I'm measuring from the outer piece, if you remember the measurement. All right, and then we're going to re-tighten. We'll tighten this one here. Okay, so far so good. Okay. There we go. And there we go. Perfect. So, by the way, the vent screen not opening and closing, I'm glad that mistake happened. That way you guys could see what to do in the event that you actually had the flap opening and closing not working. The screen is designed to work with your vent open and close. It is not intended to interfere with the vent assembly. It is the patent-pended design and installation process that is very unique, and now it's secure. So it will not come out at all. So, thank you for watching. This is the installation process of the 2015 and newer premium 25 gauge Road Glide vent screens, lowers and the tops. So thank you for watching, and if you want to purchase any of these, they are available on eBay. Thank you.